If you have PCOS, then you know hair loss isn't just a physical thing. It's really personal and it can be so distressing. So today, we're going to break down the why, the how, and the really hopeful future of tackling this challenge.
And let's just get this out of the way right now. If you're going through this, whatever you're feeling is 100% valid. This is not about vanity. I mean, the medical world itself calls this a major source of psychological distress. It's real, and it deserves to be taken seriously.
And you are definitely not alone in this. Get this, a staggering 50% of all women will deal with some kind of hair loss in their lifetime. So yeah, PCOS brings its own unique set of problems, but this is a struggle that so many people share.
So, let's try to reframe how we're looking at this. The hair loss you see it's not really just about your hair. Think of it more as a signal, a really visible one, that your body's sending about what's going on inside. Yeah, it's kind of like an early warning system. Look, we all lose hair. It's totally normal to shed between 100 to 150 hairs a day. But when you start noticing a lot more on your brush or in the shower drain, that can actually be one of the very first clues that your hormones are shifting because of PCOS.
Okay, so to really understand how to fight back, we first have to understand the battlefield, right? So let's zoom in and take a closer look at the hair follicle itself and see what's actually putting it under siege. When everything's working as it should, your hair just cruises through this three-stage cycle. You've got the anagen phase, that's the growth phase, and it can last for years. Then there's a super short transition phase called catagen. And finally, you hit the telogen, or resting phase, right before the hair sheds and a new one starts growing. It's this constant, beautiful, well-oiled machine.
So the main thing that throws a wrench in this whole process with PCOS is something called androgenic alopecia. And the name pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Andro for androgens, male hormones, and alopecia, which just means hair loss. This is that classic female pattern hair loss, the thinning you might see at the crown or a part that seems to be getting wider.
What happens here is this kind of perfect storm of three different factors. First up, you get an overload of androgens, especially this really potent one called DHT, and it literally starts shrinking your hair follicles. Then you've got insulin resistance, which is super common with PCOS. High insulin tells your ovaries to pump out even more androgens, and to top it all off, that chronic, low-grade inflammation just throws the whole growth cycle into chaos, pushing way more hair into the shedding phase way too early.
For the longest time, the outlook here was, it was pretty grim. The prevailing scientific idea was that once a hair follicle was hit by androgenic alopecia, that was it. It was gone for good. The machinery was just broken forever. But then, this discovery is a complete game changer. New research is showing that the follicle isn't dead at all, it's just dormant. It's sleeping, just waiting for the right signals to wake back up and start growing again. And honestly, this changes everything.
So with that incredible new hope in our back pocket, let's look at the treatment toolkit. What can we actually do right now to manage the symptoms and protect the hair we have? The key word for most of the current medical treatments is slowing. Right? The main goal is to stop or at least slow down the progression of hair loss. It's about creating a healthier environment on your scalp, while science is busy working on what comes next.
Okay, so a doctor might talk to you about three main medical pathways. First, there are anti-androgens, like spironolactone. They basically act like a shield, blocking that nasty DHT from getting to the hair follicle. Then there are 5-alpha reductase inhibitors, like finasteride, which work a step earlier by stopping testosterone from turning into DHT in the first place. And of course, certain birth control pills can help by lowering the amount of androgens your ovaries are making.
But listen, medication is only one piece of this puzzle. You really have to take a holistic approach. That means combining something like a topical treatment to stimulate the scalp with some really powerful lifestyle changes. We're talking a balanced diet, regular exercise to help with that insulin resistance, managing your stress, and just being gentle with your hair. All of these things work together to support your body and get the most out of any medical treatment you're on.
All right, now for the really exciting part. We are right on the edge of a brand new era. The entire focus is shifting from playing defense to playing offense, from just managing hair loss to actively going after regeneration.
Just listen to this quote from Dr. Deepti Balani, who's a lead author on one of these breakthrough studies. She says, "This is not about slowing down hair fall anymore. It's about switching the growth engine back on." That just perfectly captures this huge shift in thinking. The goal isn't just to hit pause anymore, it's to press play.
So at its core, this new research is looking at hair loss not as a death sentence for the follicle, but as a cellular miscommunication. It's like the signals telling the follicle to grow have gotten all garbled. The next frontier in science is all about figuring out how to fix that conversation, clear up the signal, and turn the body's own growth instructions back on.
So we want to leave you with this thought. For decades, the story of PCOS and hair loss has been all about management, about holding the line. But now, with this discovery of the dormant follicle, the whole narrative is changing. The question isn't if we can stop hair loss anymore, it's becoming how soon can we actually reverse it. The future isn't management, the future is regeneration.